Don't let your Dexcom alerts drive you crazy. Let's adjust the alerts for you because this system has a lot of potential, but I think it only really works if you adjust the alerts to work for you. I'll show you how to set the fewest alerts, how to change your base settings, how to add a secondary alert profile, as well as a nuclear option. That's the one where we temporarily silence all of the alerts. And I'll show you your options both on the phone app as well as on the receiver because Dexcom allows you to see your blood sugars on both. So for those of you who did not get your Dexcom for the alerts, let's start with the bare minimum of alerts because you actually have the option of turning off almost all of the alerts in this system. Let's start with the app. Here you want to click Profile and then click Alerts. These are all the alert settings. So I reset them so they should look like yours, but you can see some of them are already on. Urgent low soon is on, for example. High and low are already set to 70 and 250, and some of them are off. You can adjust all of these, all but the urgent low one. And the way you do that is simply click on the line and you turn it off by clicking that little toggle. And you can do that with all the alerts, all but that 55 urgent low. So simply any alert that you do not wish, you can turn those off. You see off, 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 off. That one, off as well. Oh, that was the wrong button. Here we go. And now I have all the alerts, all but the urgent low alert turned off. And the same goes for the receiver. I have a little bit of signal loss. That's okay. You click that little circle down here that takes you to the menu. You click down to settings. And here we have the alerts. Again, click on the little dot here. And here you see the same thing. They're all set to the 70, the 250, some of them are off, some of them are on. Exactly the same thing, you could turn off everything but the urgent lows. Pretty straightforward, right? But for us who wants a little bit more alerts, let's adjust the base settings. So yeah, you can set them to whatever works for you. I like to have my low set at 70. So I set that to 70, save. I like my highs a little lower. I like to set it at 160. Here we go, all the way down here. But I would say set it to whatever works for you. If you need to be alerted before, maybe at 80 or 85, set it to that. Customize it to work for you. But look at this, you can actually customize it even further. Let's say that for the high alerts, the current sound doesn't really register with you. So what you can do instead is that you can go in and choose, let's say, a siren. I mean, that would drive me nuts, so I'm not going to do that. But hope I'm going to set it back to my regular one. There you go. You can also set it to only vibrate if you want to. There's a lot of options. Choose the one that's right for you. Another option here is that you can turn on snooze. If you do that, now it says snooze for 1 hour. It means that if you acknowledge the first alert, well, this alert will repeat if your blood sugar is still high for this after an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. Choose again what's right for you. You can almost do the same in the receiver. However, you have to choose one alert sound for all your alerts. You can't customize them. So here you go into settings, alert sounds, and then you choose it in here. So there's just a little less customization here. The high alerts allow for even more customization in both the app as well as in the receiver. You can add a delay first alert. This is, in my opinion, one of the most helpful additions to the Dexcom alerts. I find it tremendously helpful. Here, you can go in and you can actually have the system delay that high alert for up to 4 hours. I wouldn't do 4 hours. I have mine set to 1 hour. I do this because generally I don't forget to take insulin for my meals. However, sometimes my insulin timing is off and I might see my blood sugar come up after the meal, maybe go high within that hour after the meal before it comes down back into range. I don't need Dexcom to alert me about that brief high because it'll come down by itself. However, what I do need is an alert if I did not take enough insulin for the meal. So to avoid stacking, I usually don't take additional insulin until an hour and a half after the meal. Again, if I realize I didn't take enough for the meal. So that is when I need the alert. And I find this super helpful. You can also adjust your urgent low soon, your rising fast, your falling fast, your signal loss, and your brief sensor issues, both here in the app as well as in the receiver. But I generally don't have these on, so let's just turn that off for me. So those were the base settings. Now let me show you something really cool, and unfortunately this only works for the Dexcom app. It does not work for the receiver. And that is to create a second alert profile. Maybe you want one for work or for when sleeping. Since I reset all the settings, mine got deleted, so let's just recreate my nighttime settings. So I'm just gonna name this nights, there we go. I'm gonna save that. And again, since I just created this, I wanna set it so that it works for me. So at night, I'm not checking my blood sugars, I'm sleeping. So I do want the urgent low soon on. Remember on my main one, I have it off. During the day, again, set it to what works for you. Maybe you want to be alerted about lows a little earlier. Maybe you want to be alerted at 85. Again, whatever works for you. I personally want my highs to be lower for nighttime. I don't want to be all the way down to 160 like I have during the daytime. But if something goes wrong, I want to be woken up. Where did it go? I'll set it to 180. I'm not going to turn on delay first alert because I'm not eating in the middle of the night, so I don't need that feature for that. I don't necessarily want snooze either. I will wake up. If the alerts sound, I'll correct, and for the most nights, that will be enough. Okay. Once you've set all of this, you want to then schedule it. So here, click here. If it's a nighttime schedule, like it is with mine, I want it for all nights. If you do it for work, for example, maybe you do it Monday through Friday if that's your work week. You click next. Then you want to set the time. Again, if it's your work schedule, set based on work. For me, I want to start it at, let's say, midnight. Where did that go? I think you have to go the other way. Here, midnight. And then I want it to stop at, let's say, 8 a.m. There we go. And now I have an alert schedule for nighttime that goes from midnight to 8 a.m. And these are the alerts. If you click back, you'll see that the two are here. I can always click over and have a look. Click back. And here you go. It will automatically start at midnight. So now we adjusted the alerts to work for us. But sometimes we just need it to be completely quiet. And that includes those urgent low alerts. So let me show you how to do that without just turning off your Dexcom. And this only works on the app. So let's put the receiver away completely. You can set it to vibrate or silence all the alerts, including the urgent low, the 55, for up to 6 hours. Let's just show you what that looks like. You just pull this little lever, you can see it counts up down here. And once you're done, let's say I want it set to 5 hours. It's a little long, but click activate. Here you go, and you now see up here that all the alerts are silenced. That's until 8:50 here. If I change my mind and say edit, pull the lever back to 0, save, and I'll now get all the alarms and alerts. I often use this feature during the first 12 to 24 hours of a new sensor if I realize that it's super inaccurate and I don't trust the alerts anyway. Another situation would be if I'm in a setting where I can keep an eye on my blood sugar, but I don't want the audible alerts, such as, for example, in an exercise class. The alerts are one thing, but to get the most out of your Dexcom, I think it's really important that you place it where it works best for you. Check out this video where I go over my favorite placements, as well as some that didn't really work for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.